Hey everyone, we're back.
Yes, so fun to be back.
So let's go check out a WildRoots Bistro.
Hello, welcome to WildRoots Bistro. I'm Chelsea and this is my husband Tony.
Hey. So we're primarily a brunch bistro in St. Albert, Alberta here. 9 to 3, kind of focusing on eggs benedicts, French toasts, shakshukas, kind of like a bit more modern, kind of revamped classic dishes. And then in the evening time, we do pop-ups and special events. So today we're going to do our special event 5-course menu.
Can you tell us a bit about the 5-course menu?
So during our special event tasting menus, they're kind of different for every single person who books one. We like to change them pretty frequently with the season. So the menu we're doing today kind of focused around one of the dinners we did in the summer months. So a little bit lighter, really fresh. We really try to utilize a lot of ingredients that we've grown, foraged, or kind of like wild in some way.
But we usually kind of like to start with a snack course. So of course you eat with your hands. And then our bread is handmade in-house and beautiful with our specialty brown butter. So that's always a course that's absolutely on there. And then whatever kind of Tony's feeling for the next 2 courses. And then usually a dessert.
So this is the first course.
Yeah. So we don't really tell people that this is a course when they're booking. We like to think of it as like a surprise course.
Ooh.
So it's our snack selection. So we always start with an oyster. This is an East Coast oyster from Prince Edward Island. And we've got our green pine cone mignonette. So I think it was about a year ago now, we went into the forest, foraged some wild green pine cones, and then brewed them down into this mignonette. Next up over here, is our seasonal tartlet. So again, this changes almost for every menu. Right now we're doing pickled beetroot. Then we've got a beet mousse on top with some wild onion powder. And then last up on the slate here, this one never changes. This has almost become like a signature snack of ours. Everyone loves it so much. So it's an apple pickled kohlrabi satchel. Then we've stuffed it with salted cream. And then we've got some dill pollen on top.
Wow.
And then we just finished with some scented warm towels because you're meant to eat all of these with your hands.
And how do you come up with, I guess, all the different recipes that you use?
It's so funny, we'll go for like a walk in the woods and he'll be like, oh wow, like there's fiddleheads there. And he'll just be walking and come up with like a completely crazy dish. And I'm like, just being inspired in nature, or we'll walk at the farmer's market and they'll be like, oh, those chives were really nice. And he'll just think on it and he'll be like, I've come up with a chive and cabbage dish or something. And it's like, how did you come up with that in this 5-minute walk or whatever?
I mean, I think that's what a lot of it is, right? It's just the ingredients around you. And a lot of the best chefs always say that they're the best because they have the best ingredients.
And I know both of you come from years of culinary arts, I guess, and have worked in not only this establishment but other ones as well. What was your inspiration for getting into this line of work?
I used to want to open my own restaurant since I was little, kind of like a pop taste soda shop community joint. But then as I've worked different restaurants, kind of classed that up a little bit. But I've just always loved serving food to people. It feels good, offering that nourishment and community to people.
I would agree with that now. For me, yeah. I mean, I got into it because I needed to buy a guitar.
Okay.
And then I feel like there's just something really unique and different about working in a restaurant, in a kitchen. I feel like you could be having the worst day. And when you're working on the line cooking, everything just kind of goes away. You're focused on that. It gives you a lot of creativity. You never stop learning, which I think is really cool, really unique.
Mm-hmm. Also the the team of a restaurant I feel like is also one of the things that's kept me in the industry. Like every time when you work in a restaurant, it's like you become kind of family with the people you work with.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, great. Well, maybe we should try these.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. Let's jump in.
Cool. That's so delicious. Oh my goodness, I'm Ukrainian, so we have like borscht, which is like beet soup.
Yeah.
I used to hate it as a kid because I didn't like anything that was like mildly out there. But this really reminds me of that. But also like the crunchiness of the
Yeah,
you said tart?
the tart.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then this you said
So it was kohlrabi, so it's kind of like a root vegetable. I would say similar to like a radish in a way. So it has like a little bit of like that radish funk to it, but then we pickle it, really brightens it up. Got just some salted cream to kind of balance out the acid in there, and then dill. I'd say this is kind of based off of, there's like a lot of Scandinavian dishes
okay.
that I would say are just like, I mean, a lot of that flavor on like a large plate.
Let's do it.
Like,
Yeah.
Oh, I'm so sorry, Rochelle. You would have loved that.
That's totally
I have an extra one.
She would love that. Oh, that's so good. You can taste the freshness and you can taste the heart and the love that goes into it. So that's important as well. All right, should we try the last,
you go for it.
but certainly not least snack?
Cheers.
Cheers.
I love oysters.
Yeah, so good. Right. So yeah, I always consider this our first actual course. Again, it never changes. We do this for every menu. This is our house sourdough focaccia. So it takes about, like realistically, 2 days to make. On the side, we've got our whipped brown butter with some Maldon salt. I think that's also like a real signature for us, as well as the brown butter. We sell jars of it. We have it on like 4 brunch dishes. People love it.
Puts it on our French toast with maple syrup, and it is the best thing ever. It's so good.
So people can come in and try it and then take home a jar of it to try and recreate something in their home.
Definitely.
All right, let's try it. Oh my god. This is delicious.
Thank you.
Oh my goodness.
I think another kind of cool thing about, I don't know, just like our events, WildRoots, kind of like what and why we are doing it, was the collaboration part of it as well. So like when we do pop-ups, sometimes like we've worked with other local companies on like what we're doing. But then again, I think too, like what and how we serve it. So like, for example, this wood board, it's a cherry wood, British Columbia cherry wood, that my dad and I cut and kind of like sanded and polished up and kind of made up.
Oh, wow.
But then also a lot of our plateware. So I guess we didn't use any for the last course, but some of our plateware coming up, everything's handmade from either local potters or like really talented potters around the world. I've got some with really cool stories I'll tell you later, but yeah.
Yeah, that's amazing. The fact that you folks made these is like, what can't you do? Sorry. That's insane. And I also just love that idea of supporting local artists and actual like artists. I think especially in a time where AI is running rampant and people try and take like the easier way or the cheaper way to do things, it really speaks volume to still support local artists and create such amazing things.
Cool. So our second course, this is kind of our salad course. So meant to be room temperature, but everything's kind of done hot. We just have some nice heirloom tomatoes. These are end of the season. We blister them, chop them up kind of roughly with the burnt skins. Then we've got some wild salmon, just lightly poached, whipped ricotta, fennel pollen, and then the whole dish is seasoned with a fermented tomato vinaigrette. So on our brunch menu, we have bruschetta, We remove the cores out of all of those tomatoes, and we just save those to ferment them for special events and such. But yeah, this dish was kind of inspired originally by a friend that I worked with in London, where he was taking salmon and coating it in fat and then dry aging it for like 5 weeks. So then the original dish where I started doing it is we just were dry aging salmon without the coating, and we would flambado tomato, which is basically like a cast iron funnel. You get it red hot, and then you add beef fat into it, and it turns into like a beef fat flamethrower.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and then you just like do that to the tomatoes. Gives it like a really nice charred, smoky, almost like burger kind of flavor to the tomato.
Cool.
But yeah, one of our restrictions here is we don't have a hood vent. So it really, I think, makes us be more creative on like how and what we cook.
So like for brunch, instead of having hash browns, we use potato pave. So it's really thinly sliced potato. And then we bake it and cut it into like wedges. And then we pan fry it. So it's a crispy potato without having the deep fryer.
Yeah.
Oh, gotcha. How do you both think that your previous experience in other like kitchens and restaurants has helped you in creating this one that you now have as your own?
I've worked almost every role, well, actually every role in the kitchens, in front of house, in restaurants, and every different type of restaurant as well. I've done like French fine dining. I've done like tapas restaurants. I did a concessions. So we kind of learn the fast-pacedness, craziness. So then I feel like no matter what situation happens, I'm like prepared for it.
Yeah, Chelsea's crazy prepared. I mean, like she's like been dishwasher, my sous chef. I mean, like you've literally like done every position in the restaurant business. It's wild.
Bartender, host, manager, server.
Manager. It's
What's your favorite role?
I really like bartender because you get to kind of interact with the people that usually sit at the bar, but also it's kind of the mix of the cooking with like the crafting of the beverages and the drinks. And so it's, kind of both. And then you get this, my favorite is like when the like chits are piling up and it's crazy and you have like so many things to do and you're just on autopilot going. So you get that bartending too.
Awesome. So this is kind of the peak of the menu, the main course. Traditionally, I like to utilize like a lot, maybe older cooking techniques for this course. So in the past, we've done crepignettes and stuff like that. This one is our crown roast of chicken. And we take the thighs off and then we whip them into a mousseline, which we put between the skin and the breast meat. So there's that thin layer. It's basically kind of like a chicken meatloaf. And then we just slow roast it. Carve it off the bone. On the side are potato pave. So this is about 40 layers of thinly sliced potato, just stacked on top of itself, pressed with about like 40 pounds and baked for 2 hours. And then we just pan sear it off. On top is a sauce grabeche, so basically hard-boiled egg sauce. And then we've got some fresh Burgundy truffles from France on top of there. And then we just finish it with our asparagus beurre monté. So we have some asparagus that we've burnt and charred on the outside. We juice it, and then we mount it with butter, lemon, salt to make the sauce.
Wow, that looks delicious. I still can't get over the amount that would go into, one dish, like in creating a recipe.
Oh yeah.
Like, wow. And just coming up with all these things too, like a chicken meatloaf. You don't hear about this all the time.
It's kind of like, that's like the old technique, right? So like with the crepignette, it would be like beef loin, and then you take all your trim, scraps and everything and whip it into the mousse. You lay that on top of it, and then you wrap it in caul fat, which is kind of like a spider web of fat, really thin, kind of like holds it all together. Roast that off, cut sections, and you get like really nice kind of layering. to it. It's great for like large parties, utilizing whole animal.
Yeah.
Nothing kind of goes to waste.
Peach is really great.
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite dish to cook, to eat?
Like from our brunch menu, my favorite is one of our piswich. So it's our pizza dough that we fold kind of like a sandwich. So it's a pizza sandwich. And then we bake it that way with some cheese in the middle. And then you open it and it's got different fillings. So we do the Rick, which is kind of the breakfast version. So it's got like thick cut bacon, bruschetta, a fried egg, and then arugula. It's so good.
That sounds really good.
That one is, yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like it always changes for me. I don't know. I can't pick anything. I love everything, and definitely like changes with the season.
He's been making lots of like French omelets.
Yeah, okay, yeah, French omelets. I've been really into it lately, more so because the technique behind it. I'm trying to master it. And I think I've got it. It's nice when you can get like the omelet shape, still kind of like gooey and creamy in the center, and like no color on the egg as well. It just feels like such a pro move.
That's really cool though about the omelets. I recently watched a video of someone doing that and I was
Yeah.
like just in awe
Yeah.
because I can scramble eggs. Probably not very well in comparison, but they do what they need to do, which is what matters. Is that kind of how things go for you then? Like finding something new or different, like in a dish or a technique, kind of fixating on it and then moving on once you feel as though you've kind of reached
Sometimes
a level?
it ranges. I mean, so it can definitely be a technique that I just want to like kind of master, or at least like get some knowledge and skill behind. Or I find most of the time it's a dish that we're happy with, and we try never to like reuse dishes too often, especially year to year. So like this dish, we might take the sauce from it and like, or like the thought process behind like burning something, juicing it, turning it into a sauce. So then like next year we might end up with like a squash version of that sauce on like, I don't know, something else, on like a tomato dish or something, you know what I mean? I find like the dishes just naturally evolve over time.
And then the dishes, I guess, and the recipes are how you were talking before, like kind of random, like they're just inspired by something that you see or something that happens.
Yeah. I mean, like a lot of the time, I think I'm inspired by other people I've worked with as well, and you know, different, like how they're cooking something, and then just like applying that to what and how we can do it here, you know, and it's kind of interesting because I feel like cooking can be difficult, but it can also be like extremely easy when you just like figure out a few of the basic kind of steps behind it. So again, like example, like with that sauce, right? It's like, I mean, you could make this sauce out of pretty much almost any fruit or vegetable, right? And then you just have to find out like how to balance it. Like when you burn things, a lot of people want to add like sugar to it, but you can literally burn an eggplant until it's like completely black. And if you just add like a cup of salt and a little bit of lemon juice, it just tastes like this really beautiful smoky eggplant puree. So it's just like small tweaks like that, and then you can kind of do anything.
He also, like, I'll cook dinner at home, and it'll just be kind of using scraps or like whatever we have in our fridge, and then he'll eat it and be like, oh, I could do this, but like better. And so he'll make like the fancy elevated version of it, and I'll be like, oh, I recognize that dish
Like
that's on the
was
menu.
inspiration for that.
Yeah.
Actually.
Or we'll like brainstorm. Like he'll be like, okay, like I want to use this cabbage. Like what can you do? And I'll be like, oh, I like adding this with it and this with it, and then eventually kind of we'll teamwork, or with our sous chef, teamwork kind of like a dish with that.
Yeah.
A lot of collaboration.
Definitely a lot of collaboration. I find it's also like really easy because I mean you can like take all these ideas and stuff, but you need to find a way for people to enjoy it. So it's also like very grounding when you're working with other people, and you might have like a lot of cool, interesting ideas, but then it's just like, how are people gonna enjoy it? How do you want to actually eat it? So that's like really great.
Is there, excuse me, sorry. Is there something that when you first pursued the bistro here that maybe you didn't anticipate being so difficult, or kind of like a hardship you've kind of overcome since first starting out?
I mean, it's only been a year. I think I kind of found the opposite. I feel like I was really prepared for it to be like quite hard, and that we thought we would only have kind of like one person working with Tony in the back and one person working in the front of house with me. But now we have a team of 12 people, and we're really quite busy. So it's kind of been the opposite.
Yeah, I mean, like hardest thing is I think just was adapting to how busy it was. Yeah, we didn't actually hire anyone in the kitchen. I was terrified of hiring people. I literally thought it would be just Chelsea and I working here. We'd serve like 30 people throughout the course of like an 8-hour day. Thought we were just gonna like coast through life on this little bistro thing.
And now we have like hour-long wait lists sometimes on weekends. And
yeah.
That is so
So I think just like addressing how to like serve all these people and kind of give everyone what they want.
especially we only have a home oven. So cooking, when we have the rooftop patio, which adds 60% more seats, cooking for that on a home oven, I guess is kind of a hardship.
Yeah. I mean, we definitely have, I think, like 3 negative reviews on people commenting on like egg doneness. We are kind of like that snobby place that prefers, like, we don't ask you how you want your eggs cooked.
Yes.
Yeah, we just like kind of cook, you know, like medium eggs, give it to everyone. So like figuring out that, you know, I think we're in a place right now where our team has grown. Our team is trained, we're experienced. Like we want to give everyone exactly what they want.
Exactly.
Gosh. Bad joke there.
I'll see myself
But,
out.
I love that. So,
but yeah, I mean, like, in the beginning, it was like impossible for us to do that when like I'm prepping everything, cooking everything. Chelsea and I are washing the dishes. You know, our home stove that barely works. But I think like we're in a place now where, you know, like the omelet, just like tell me you want an omelet, I'll make an omelet. Like, you know, yeah. So like we grow, we get better every month as we grow. So.
And figuring out the space too, like our ice machine, we had like a little container to catch the the drippings from it, and we thought that would be big enough. And in our second week, it overflowed and flooded our entire dining room, and also our neighbors next door. So we were like new neighbors, and we had to go and be like, "Hey, I know you don't open for 2 more hours, but I'm pretty sure your space is flooded."
Yeah, it was horrifying.
So we've kind of fixed that issue, and also like upgraded our equipment in the last year.
Yeah. Yeah. I feel like there's still so many more. It's so wild, like how many things, you know, that like once you start to, you know, try to do more, I feel like it's just never ending, you know. There's just always something to improve on.
We weren't really planning on opening a restaurant either. Basically, I was working for the concessions for the Riverhawks, and I worked a 71-hour work week during their like season.
oh my god.
And we have a 2-year-old at home. So we were like, okay, like these conditions don't really work for raising our son. And then Tony had a bad day at work, and I was thinking about this, and we went for a bike ride, and we saw the for lease sign, and we were like both kind of thinking about it. And then he called the realtor and like set up an appointment. And I didn't know he had done that. And I also called the realtor and set up an appointment. And then that night we both were like, okay, I have something to tell you. And we're like, okay, we're going to go see that space. And then we kind of were like, let's just see what happens. And then all of a sudden we're like, oh, we're getting the keys. We're doing this.
Yeah, it was weird. It was like really fast. We've honestly tried to open a restaurant, I would say, a couple times in the past. Never really works out. For some reason, just like, I don't know. It always seemed
either
really difficult.
Yeah, either financing or the time was just not right.
Yeah, the space. Yeah, and then this one, yeah, we saw it, and I think we both thought it was fantastic. I don't know, maybe we had a great realtor because it was just like seemed way too easy. It was like next thing I knew we had keys, and I was like, how is it this easy to open a restaurant?
I think like sometimes a door stays shut until like you're ready to go through it. So I think that we like this was just like the next step, and we were ready, and it was meant to be.
And in that being your next step, where are you hoping, you know, it's been a year, where do you hope to take WildRoots? Maybe not physically, maybe here it is forever, but...
Honestly, I really love kind of the private events that we do, getting to like celebrate people's big milestones in a really like personal, intimate way. We've had weddings, birthday parties, like a 70th birthday party was so much fun.
We've gone to people's houses and done these kind of dinners there.
So we'd like to do more of that. But we also have been kind of doing, like we did French Bistro night last weekend. We did a pasta night, the dim sum night. We're doing a kitchen takeover with Endeavour Brewery. So just getting to like meet more of the community and the people of St. Albert and Edmonton.
Yeah, I think just kind of keep expanding, keep like improving what we're doing already. I think that's our biggest thing. Just like get better at what we're currently doing.
Well, should we dig into this delicious looking meal?
Yeah. There's calorific right there.
Cheers. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, it's so good.
Yeah, I feel like for this course, so I think I was kind of saying earlier, when we had done this course in the summertime for the person, we didn't have the sauce gerbeche, we had the cattail heart relish.
Right.
But I mean, like I've done chicken dishes in the past, and like chicken and gerbeche go like really well together. So I feel like it's kind of like stuff like that as well. I feel like, especially after COVID, restaurants it can be difficult to like get consistent product. So it can be like a challenge, but also it's like a great way for a dish to evolve. It's just like what's available, which I think is pretty cool.
I think that also shows like your skill as well, and being able to adapt.
Right, yeah.
And work with what, isn't seasonal and you have access to.
Our like whole front yard, not whole, but most of our front yard is like a garden. So we also kind of grow a lot in the garden that we can use here.
Yeah, we've got 2 plum trees, a huge strawberry patch,
Cherry
cherries,
tree, apple,
apples.
grape, gooseberry, currants, blackberries.
Yeah.
That's really awesome to hear too, I think, because like, especially nowadays, sometimes you go places or even like at the grocery store or shopping and everything has so much added to it, like to make it last longer and like all this stuff, and you're like, what am I even putting in my body? Like it's terrifying. So to hear that it's like actually just grown from the ground, from the earth as it's supposed to be is like
And then
so
like
wonderful.
natural preservation. We had this, we had a wedding maybe like a month ago, and when we were meeting with them on what they wanted, they were like quite specific. They wanted like different, maybe even like a little funky, really unusual. So we took our plums that we had grown and then fermented them and made an umboshi, which is like an umboshi. So when you take plums, ferment them, and then you dry the plum out, and then you store them in their fermenting liquid. Then you can use them like any time of year. So we did that, but then we stored them in cherry juice from our tree as well. Because I find like, I'm not a huge fan of umboshi. It's like super sour, extremely acidic, and briny and salty. So I found the cherry juice kind of like balanced it out a bit. But then yeah, we made like a sauce and a pilaf out of those as well, which was really cool. Also, I feel like my favorite station to work in the kitchen is like the sauce station. So like for me, I think the sauce is always what ends up shining the most on like this course. We've done like quite a few different versions, you know, cool dishes like this, and for me it's always the sauce. Yeah, it's just like the meat is a vessel for sauce.
Yeah. I love sauce.
I was gonna say Rochelle was a big sauce girl. I used to not be much into sauce, but I think that's just because I used to be such a picky eater as a kid that I was like, anything mildly different I don't like.
So you said that you put that kind of like meatloaf-like thing in between the skin of the chicken. How do you do that? Do you skin it and then?
Yeah, so we peel off the skin, and then we just take like a piping bag with the mousse in it, pipe it over top, and just kind of like spread it flat, then fold it back over. Yeah, it's a little like trickier using the leg meat, because you also have to pass it. It's got a lot of like sinew and stuff in that leg meat, so it's always a bit of an annoying job because you have to like pass it, like strain it essentially, right? To kind of get all that out. But I mean, I think it's worth it. It's cool. Yeah, I think it's a great way to like utilize the whole animal. It helps protect the meat while it's cooking. The breast meat, keep it like nice, moist and tender. And then adds like some extra texture to it as well. So, all right, so this is last course on the menu. I mean, sometimes we do a different one, but this also is a dish that typically kind of just like rotates flavor with the season. It's our whipped cheesecake mousse. So it's unbaked, nice, light, fluffy. The seasonal preserve in the center of it kind of changes, but right now these are peaches from the summer that we preserved with a little bit of parsley and bourbon, and then our granola on top.
Gosh, this looks so delicious. Dessert is my favorite part all the time.
Yeah.
This is delicious. Oh my goodness. I feel like this would be such a perfect dessert because sometimes when you have like a really heavy like cake or like things like that, you kind of finish and you're like, oh, like now I feel like, oh, but this is so light. So it's very fitting with, I guess, the vibe, which you probably knew.
I mean, I think it's interesting because I think, especially when you just see the first course or the second course, or you're just kind of like seeing pictures of the menu, I feel like a lot of people have this idea that it's not a lot of food and you're gonna leave here and you're gonna go to like McDonald's and get a burger or something, right? But I mean, I think it is actually a lot of food. Like, we've never actually had anyone tell us, like, most people that eat this menu barely finish eating it. So having the light dessert to finish, I think, does really help.
Tony likes to make sure people are full, even when they come in for brunch. It's pretty big, hearty portions. Like, you're full when you leave WildRoots.
Yeah, I feel like it's just such a, I don't know, it's just like, it feels almost like embarrassing when you like put all this work and effort into something, cooking for someone, and then they're like, still hungry or starving or need to like go to McDonald's or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, yeah, just like I'd rather give like a little bit more. It's tricky with these menus because something that's really important is also like leaving and not feeling so stuffed and overfull that you're like uncomfortable, right? You have to like walk that fine line where people are satisfied but they're not uncomfortable. So I think it's a really fun, kind of unique meal.
And then last question. It doesn't have to be specific to WildRoots or anything that we've talked about previously, but what would you say is the best piece of advice both of you have received throughout your life?
I think just go for your goals, like, and your dreams. Because for me, that's really worked out and led to this place and this life.
I think, yeah, for me, I mean, kitchens can be tough, and just told a lot, like, don't focus so much on what everyone else is doing, kind of like head down, focus on you, where you want to go. I think that's always works like really well for me. Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much for having us in your space and all the delicious food.
Thanks
you
for coming.
Yeah, thank you.
Perfect.
Hi everyone! We just finished up at WildRoots Bistro and insane.
So good.
It is delicious. Like, it's real.
I forgot to buy Sahar the brown
Oh my
butter.
gosh. We need to come back.
Yeah.
Fine, we'll come
Fine,
back.
we'll come back. Sorry.
No, it was so delicious. Like, I was telling Bridget this, like, sometimes you go to places and it's good because of the seasoning, and other times you go and it's good because of like how they prepare it and how they cook it and the ingredients that they use. And that is one of the places. Like, it just, like, the quality of the ingredients, the care that they take into making all of these like tiny intricate little like pieces that you just throw in your mouth, or like learning new techniques to make like scrambled eggs or like a French omelet. Like, you can tell that both of them are so passionate about the work they do, and it comes out when you try their food as well. It's insane.
100%. Tony and Chelsea were absolutely amazing. So kind to host us. And like Rochelle said, the food was immaculate. I'm going to go to bed tonight dreaming about that sourdough bread and butter, because you all don't understand how thin the crust was. I don't know if we got it on camera, but we were talking about it because sometimes sourdough bread is like cuts the top of your mouth, like, because it's so hard on the outside. It literally had the thinnest, flakiest crust ever.
Like, it was almost like a chip. Like, you bite down and it was like a chip.
And
like, it was insane.
It's so perfect. And just every dish we tried is just so perfectly its own, but also so perfectly fits together. And I am just mind blown at being a chef, because I'm like, how do you just make that up? How do you just, like, I don't know, like, just putting together a recipe? Like, what do you mean? And they take such pride in the ingredients that they're using and the products that they're using to showcase those ingredients. You know, we talked about the local artists that they work with for pottery and such. So if you haven't been to WildRoots, you need to go.
Try it out. It's delicious.
Try
they
it
have
out.
like, I mean, we got to experience their
Private
events, but I'd love to come back and try their brunch and breakfast, because I'm such a brunch girly. Like, I'm sorry. And their secret menu, French omelet. Like, what?
And on that, if you are a brunch girly or brunch guy or brunch human, the lighting in there is so good.
Gosh, so good.
You will get the nicest brunch pictures. Like, literally go.
No, it's so good. And it's giving, like, this is so funny, but like, it's giving Gilmore Girl vibes. I've never watched that show before,
it is.
but I know it is.
It so is.
It's so good.
It so is. It so is. Yeah. It's, what's it called? Shadow Falls? No, that's not what it is.
Actually have never watched it, so you could call it.
My sister is so disappointed in me right now because I can't remember, but it is so Gilmore Girls coded.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's so cute too. It's like, I want to say this is downtown St. Albert. You can walk to some shops, I think.
Yeah.
In and around the area. Stop for brunch. They don't have reservations, I believe. You have to walk in. So be there or be square, because it's so worth it.
I also will say this. It's like, I want to say maybe like a 8-minute walk from when there's the St. Albert, what
Farmers market?
Farmers market, yeah. So you come and hit up the spot, get some breakfast, not be too full, but be like
Satisfied.
Exactly, satisfied. And then you can go and walk around and shop, and I'm sure that eating their food's gonna entice you to make some fun things at home with all the fresh ingredients you just bought. So perfect.
And the brown butter that you will definitely buy
Yes.
because I want to buy
It's
it.
so good.
So good.
You just need to check it out.
Yeah, check it out.
Hey, it's the Bird Bound Besties here.
Do you want to be a guest on our show?
If you have a story that's worth sharing with the community, feel free to scan the QR code at the end of this video to be a guest on our show or one of the other amazing On Location shows that are available within Alberta and BC. So if you want to be a guest, scan the QR code.